Let this one go since we cut it off earlier and bring it back.
The world famous Mr. Magic Rap Attack presents
As we proceed to give you what you need.
Hello everyone, how we doing today? Case Rich here. Good to be back, Ty. How we doing?
Not too bad. Yeah, we had a little break because we decided on Friday. It really wasn't too much to talk about.
No,
I mean, we were waiting for
wasn't.
the football games, and that was kind of the big news, anyways. So
True.
I mean, I'm doing not too bad. Had no school today, which threw me.
Wow.
It really threw me out of things. I woke up. I was like, it's going to be like 6 inches of snow. I didn't see how much snow was on the ground.
2 inches.
Then I look outside.
1.5.
My street was like already perfectly fine. I said, okay, well, this is, a missed. It's getting to the point where I've had too many snow days. Now it's like starting to like hurt me economically, where like I'm never there, and I get paid when I'm there. And I'm not like a teacher yet, so I can't get paid when I'm not there. So I was hoping for a delay. I thought a delay was acceptable, but no.
Right. They're probably thinking down the road, if it starts picking up, you can't leave school. Guess,
Right.
You got to be thinking that's what the logic was behind that.
Right, yeah. I mean, so I've had a day. I got to watch some First Things First, and I woke up, watched some Nicky Dubs.
Wow.
I didn't watch any Undisputed from my boy Uncle Shan. I was going to.
That's a shame.
I did, but was able to do all the stuff I had to do out of the way early. So I was able to do. I had a pretty good day.
Glad to hear that.
You sound a little.
I had a delay.
You had a delay. All right, not bad.
I'll take that. So we got a couple of things to talk about today. Going to be a good pod. We got a little bit UConn basketball. Touch upon that. Us being Husky fans.
Yeah.
Not going how we want it to of late, except for the women. We'll get into that, though.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about the NBA. It's been some fights lately. Is the old NBA back?
A lot of tension. Yeah, we'll talk about that. And then we also have Trump's. We want to talk about Trump's little doctor's report.
Yes.
That he's in perfect shape according to the doctors. 237 pounds. We'll get into that.
Mm-hmm.
But we want to talk some Trump, and then of course we've got the NFL games. We've got the. We'll talk about your locks, how your locks ended up doing, how your picks did.
That's a great question. I'm pretty sure I know who I took.
I'm trying to remember as well. I know you took the Eagles. You took
Winner.
the Patriots.
Winner.
You took. I think
Saints.
you took the Jags, and then you took the Saints.
Yeah.
So, but we'll talk about that.
I think
We'll
I
talk
was
about
4
that.
for 4. We'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that
Have to
eventually.
fact check it.
We'll talk about the most recent games. I guess I watched. That was last night. UConn basketball. God, that was absolutely brutal to watch. You told me you were going to bed at 9 o'clock. The game started at 9. Did you watch any of the game?
No, I didn't. I went to bed very early. Very exhausting day at work, and then
Interesting.
wasn't feeling well.
So you didn't miss
Just
much.
exhausted.
You didn't miss much. This game put me to sleep. I woke up. I must have dozed off around the 16-minute mark of the second half. Woke up with 4 minutes left, and I just couldn't believe the score. I said, "Is that actually?" It got that bad. I couldn't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But it did get that bad. What was the final score? It was 73-49.
Mm-hmm.
So we couldn't even score 50 points without Terry Larrier, and that's saying something because when you watch Larrier play, he doesn't feel like that important. Like when I watch him play, I'm just like, yeah, he makes some shots here and there, but I think we realized, one, this team without Larrier is an absolute mess. And two, maybe Larry's a little bit better than we thought. I don't know. Did you check any of the highlights or anything like that? Did you check any abomination of this game?
No, I was just basically checking my phone here and there in my bed. I was following the game cast kind of. Just looked like it was getting ugly based on what I was hearing through text messages and whatnot.
It did get ugly. It was not the prettiest game to watch. It was actually like very frustrating to watch. Christian Vitale jacked up like 7 threes in a row, hit none. That I was watching it just like this. This is what I've, submitting. I'm submitting myself to this. Like I don't have to watch this, but I have no choice. I have to.
Yeah, I hear you.
And it was rough. But up until this point, I was actually feeling really good about the team. I thought the team was looking on the up and up a little bit.
Yeah, same. They had won a few in a row that you'd think they'd probably lose.
Right. And so I don't want to be like, hopefully maybe this is just Terry being gone puts the offense out of sync. We could take one more conference loss. It doesn't. Does it really matter what our conference standing is? No. I mean, we're not going to be great no matter what. But all we have to do is get hot in March, and that's what I keep telling people.
True. And maybe we'll start it off getting hot this Saturday at the XL Center.
Very true.
Nova comes to town. I'll be at the game. You?
I don't. I wanted to, but I don't think I'll be there. Because I have tickets to see Action Bronson, the rapper.
Oh,
I was supposed to go to that in December. It got snowed out. Right, the snow has just been ridiculous. It's ruined everything.
And it hasn't even been that snowy.
And it hasn't even been,
We got that one warm day last Friday.
And everything was gone.
Everything melted.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So I'll be there. That starts at 7. I just don't know. I don't want to stretch things if I, can't make it. But it's going to be electric because even though we're bad, people of Hartford, people of Connecticut still show up.
Yeah, it'll be a fun time.
Yeah.
Hopefully just like the Wichita game, real packed.
Yeah. It was packed. That was a fun, Too bad Wood won't be there, though.
Yeah,
that's going to be the big difference maker.
That is a shame. I'll say this, though, about UConn basketball. The ladies didn't disappoint on Monday night.
No.
That was a great game to watch.
Yeah, when they're in good games and they're actually in games that are competitive, they're fun to watch.
Yeah, they took out the Texas Longhorns, the Texas
did.
women.
We had some live input from Wood at the time.
He was a little behind watching the game with us, our friend Travis down in Texas and Austin. UConn women look really good. Katie Lou looked great.
Katie
Lou.
Lou
Who didn't look good? This one girl. I think she's younger, kind of pretty tall though. Gabby Williams didn't play very well. The guard, I forget her name. What's the short girl's name?
Dangerfield.
Yeah, she looked good.
Yeah.
UConn's always got that one girl who's just like all over the place, point guard. She's like Renee Montgomery.
Yeah, no, they always have like a smaller.
They always have these like
Renee
big
Montgomery.
threes. Like they were down throughout the game, and like they just kept getting like big threes. Like Texas could not get the lead over like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
I think the most it might have been was like 8 actually, and then like they couldn't maintain it. UConn kept hitting big shots. Fun game to watch, some women's basketball, honestly.
Yeah, when they're in good games, as I said, it's a lot of fun to watch. Like that Mississippi State game when they lost, that was a lot of fun.
That was a fun game.
I did not. It was almost watching them lose was a little bit humbling because I was so wrapped up in Huskies being.
Yeah.
It's like a joke, and then out of nowhere, boom, just like that.
It was what it was.
They said everything, just like that. The whole season's done. But yeah, it was fun to watch. I tuned in for the last 15 minutes or so. From like I came in, I think with like 10 minutes left, and it was a lot of fun, as you said.
The refs were horrible.
Katie Lou looked good. The refs are bad everywhere.
We'll get into more ref talk.
We'll get into some ref talk in a moment. But refs are bad everywhere, so that doesn't surprise me. But yeah, as you said, great game. I'll give it to the Longhorns. I did not expect that at all. I don't think. Do you think Wood knew any of the players on the team before that night? Like,
no.
No. So I don't. No. I sometimes question how big of a Texas fan he is, because I know he got fired from Texas. University of Texas fired him, right?
Is that what happened?
Well, I don't think he was fired. More so, let go. I don't think he was like, I don't think it was a.
We'll have to clarify.
We'll have to clarify at some point, but I'm pretty sure I think he's got some ill feelings towards the school. So
interesting.
That's my little theory.
We'll have to talk to him.
So we'll have to talk to him at some point. We'd like to get him back on soon.
Yeah. Absolutely.
He'd like to come on soon. That's what he told us.
I hope so. He dodged us last time. He wasn't in the best mood, but
no,
it is what it is.
Right. We'll get because his grandmother's chair just got broken.
Right. That's true. That was rough.
Things were rough for him.
Yeah. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy for Woodsy.
No. So it is what it is.
Like I said, the refs in that women's game were pretty poor. They missed some blatant travels on the Longhorns. The fix might have been even in some women's b-ball. Now, how about the refs in the NBA? Carmelo Anthony says he is done with the refs, Mayor. He's done. He's done with them.
He's done. He says,
We've seen some questionable
calls.
Usually it's like Boogie gets in a lot. I mean, he's got that just target on his back, obviously, but some calls on Russ recently. And, I mean, in general, usually there's a lot of controversy in any sport, but it seems like in basketball there's something going on lately in every game.
There's a real distrust between the players and the refs. They don't like each other, and it's like I never thought of it as that type of dynamic where the refs are like a whole nother factor to the game, but I know that they are, but I never thought of it as being like such a strained relationship like it is. But they don't like each other. Carmelo said he does not like them. They had like a sit-down like during the season to try and talk this over, and they went like nowhere.
They should watch footage together. They should go into a room and just watch and be like, "This is what I don't agree with." Like a player should bring something up.
Yeah.
And how about D'Angelo Russell on the bench just clapping?
Yeah,
gets teed up.
We've seen that before. We saw it with Duncan that time when Duncan
crazy.
got teed up.
Yeah.
It was almost like that, except people aren't going to give D'Lo that type of benefit. You know,
Yeah.
like you're not like Tim Duncan's known for being the silent type, no talking, and then he gets a technical. But still, it's just a joke. You're clapping on the bench, and you're going to get a technical foul. It's like, what's the point? And then Blake Griffin, that whole thing that went down. Technicals are being thrown everywhere. Ejections. Like the refs are. It's a very contentious time, and it's not only with the players, but with the refs, too. A lot of refs are, I feel, a little, I feel like they're just a little, they feel almost targeted sometimes, but I've never been a fan of referees at all. I give them no benefit of the doubt. Your one job is to get things right. You can't even get them right. Like, what's the point of having you then?
Right.
So I'm not a fan of refs, but...
it is a difficult job.
It is. It's a tough job.
Because I did ref some soccer back in the day, man. It is not easy. Even though it's little girls running around the field.
True.
Still, believe it or not, you got a lot of parents tripping. It's not fun.
I umped when I was 13, and I got yelled at.
I did too.
I almost cried.
Oh, God, man. Jesus.
Yeah, because
I did umpiring way back in the day, too. That's not fun either.
This one kid had this pitch where it would go. It was like a Eufus moonshot. He would like chuck it up in the air and it would come down.
Yeah, it's a ball.
It was so hard to tell, right? And I would say balls, but one time I just got. You know how it is. You're in the heat of the moment. You're like, I don't know what to call because it ends right in the center. And I'm like, what do I call it? So I called it a strike. This guy freaked out, was yelling, screaming.
Thought it was a ball?
He thought it was a ball, and it probably was a ball. Like, as soon as it happened, I almost wanted to say, like, never mind. But I was like, I got to stick. You got to stick to your call.
You do.
That's what I was told. You got to stick to the call. So it was a little contentious. I had the mask on. I had my eyes were a little watery under the mask, so they couldn't see me crying. But I was a little teary-eyed. I didn't expect to get yelled at.
I had a game in soccer when I was younger, like playing at Hubbard School, local elementary school in Berlin, Connecticut, and one of the parents on the other team made the ref cry. I remember he was like 14 years old, and they just called the game, and I was fuming.
Yeah.
Because they ended our game like prematurely. It was horrible.
Oh, it's you. I don't think these guys realize like how much were we getting paid to like be a ref. Do you remember? It was like $30 or something.
Umping was like 20, 25 for a game.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
And the thing is that when you umped here, at least in our town, the teams were so bad. The kids were so young that the games took like 3 hours.
So long.
They took so long, and you're just sitting there like, wow, like this is never going to end.
Now, the refereeing for soccer, that's another story. That's a little bit better.
Right.
Doing
That's true.
Like freshman and, JV games for me at least. But
Yeah,
when you're younger and you're doing the little kids, I mean, come on.
Yeah. No,
Absolutely. Ridiculous.
Absolutely.
But when we're talking professional level now in the NBA and even in any sport really, you should be getting it right. You got the replay, all the cameras. You got people in New York.
I think if anything, we need to like broaden some of the replay possibilities.
I don't see why they don't have someone just sitting on the couch like myself who can see the call instantly. But I guess most of the time they know what the call is. They're just trying to situate the clock, and that's what takes the majority of the time. It's like, okay, he actually was out of bounds. Now or he was down by contact, or he didn't, make the catch. Well, let's reset the clock.
Yeah, well,
That's the thing.
It does them no favors, especially in football, where like the rules are written
Right, but how
in
hard
such
is
a
that?
way. No, I agree. I don't think it should be that tough. And like you see them on there, like with the Jesse James catch, like, well, did he maintain possession? The ball hit the ground, but is the ball like nobody knows the rules. Like the refs are like trying to figure out the rules as they go. Almost like it's almost like each game they're just kind of hoping each time, like hopefully we don't have to deal with like some ridiculous call.
That's how I used to think about it.
Well, that's how. Oh yeah, when I used to do my little umping when I was 13, that's what I used to say.
Make sure it's like either right down the pipe or like a mile outside.
Yeah, usually
or just swing.
You know what would usually happen is I would call the first 2 innings pretty tough, and then a couple of the coaches would come up to me and be like, "Look, just call everything in remote range to the bat a strike, so we can get this game going."
Yeah,
because it's already 6:30 and we started at 6, and there's only like half an inning. Like just Just do it. We don't want to be here all day. This is minor leagues.
Yeah, I hear you.
But still, I agree that they're just a mess. They, especially with the NBA, the relationship is so bad. They have to have like a sit down. It's almost like two like governing bodies. Like they just can't get along. And I never thought of the refs as being so petty. Like I know they did that thing where they were like like trying to bring awareness to like the mental health of the referees or something like that. Did you hear about that?
No.
I'll try and find that, but they were trying to do this thing to like bring forward like think about the refs too. They're people. You are people, but no one's there to watch you call another over the back foul.
Oh yeah, some
Or some ticky tack, some push foul that wasn't a push. Let them play. We're not there for you. But it is what it is. We'll get back to NBA in a little bit because I do want to talk about some of the fighting going on. But I did want to touch on one thing in the news, one little political piece, and that is Donald Trump. Shocker. Talking about the president. He had his doctor's appointment, and word for word from the doctor himself, that if Trump ate better the last 10 years, he could have lived to be 200.
Right.
That's how in good of shape he is.
Right. And I just don't, in a serious press conference, I don't know why he would just make a joke like that. It wasn't really funny. Like, obviously you're lying, so how serious can we take you at that point on, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, obviously you're not living to be 200, bro. Like, that's ridiculous.
I mean, there's all those rumors going around that Trump just eats McDonald's all day because he's scared.
He eats McDonald's.
I read he eats McDonald's because he's, like, scared of getting poisoned. That's what it said in that Fire and Fury book.
Interesting.
So, again, how much do we believe that book is one thing, but if that's true, it's like
news.
could be fake news. But am I really going to trust that, he's in such great shape?
Right.
237. I didn't think that was
I think it was 239.
239. He's the third heaviest president ever. I don't want, it's not like the most. Like the most I think was Taft. He was like 300 plus. He was the guy who like couldn't walk by the end of the presidency, and he like had like a bathtub that was like custom made because he was so fat.
Yeah.
That's not, it's not like it's that bad.
No.
But he's not, as one person I know would call him, like a horse. He's not a horse. He's more of like a small, like miniature mule or something like that.
Yeah, like a donkey.
A donkey.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't care what the report says. I was looking at something at work today on my break. It was showing like all his stats and stuff, and like his cholesterol and his vision. And
Is it good?
It's all good, apparently. I don't know how to read blood pressure. It was like...
Well, if it's 120 over 80, that's the good one.
It was something along those lines. I mean, it was fine. Everything apparently was, like, in line with what it should be for a 71-year-old male.
Okay.
But the thing is, you can't tell me that man's is in good shape. He's obese.
He's not in good shape.
He's obese. No matter how you look at it, he's fucking fat.
How tall is he?
Stupid. He's fat, man. If you're 240 and you're 6'3", 6'2", I don't even think he's that high. They said 75 inches. There's no way
There's
he's 6'3".
no way he's 6'5". No, there's no way.
Even if he's 6... Okay, he is 75 inches. I'm not even going to give him a pass. You shouldn't... 240, 239, whatever is too much. He's fat.
Right. I went to the doctor recently.
I bet he
and
cannot
they
run a
had
mile.
those,
Oh, he's 71. I keep forgetting Trump's 71. He can't run.
No, he can't run. There's no way he's...
But just because you're older doesn't mean you should automatically get significantly overweight.
Yeah. 237 just doesn't sound good.
I bet he can't do more than 3 push-ups.
I bet you're probably right. I would probably say that too.
He's 71. He's 240. That's a lot of weight. He definitely doesn't work out.
Yeah.
I don't know if... Actually, I would set the bar actually like a serious over-under at... I'll just say 10.5 because I feel like he'd like a challenge.
Okay.
But I would 1,000% take the under on the push-ups that I don't think he'd do 10.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think he would be able to.
I was trying to pull up actually some of the statistics I was looking at.
I wanted to look at the BMI, body mass index, 75 pounds, right?
Inches,
or I'm sorry, 75 inches. And that, first off, the thing only goes to 76 inches. Is he really that tall? I don't know. But 75, 240, 239, 240, he's technically obese.
Obese!
He's technically obese. So why is the question...
239, though, that's the thing.
He's teetering a little bit.
I'm 6'1", Mayor.
6'1", what is that?
70.
So technically you're overweight guy.
Are you kidding me?
I'm pretty sure I also...
Are you fucking...
You know what? I think if you're in this area, you're still okay, though. I think you're still all right.
Wait.
I saw where it said that he was not... Oh, I think this...
Some BMI terms?
Oh, BMI bars are bogus. This
A professional athlete, like Christian McCaffrey, I know he's 205 pounds, but he's also 5'8".
Right. If you look at his his fat percentage or whatever is probably like 10%, whatever.
Yeah.
He's probably in peak physical shape, but
I'm like 19.
You know.
I did this at a gym one time. I was like 19, they said.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
No, like
Interesting.
17 to 19.
I always wanted to do.
I was obese like last year.
Yeah.
I was around, they said
Trump, if we look at 240, he's
let's see.
teeter. No. Especially if the rumors are true that he just eats McDonald's all day.
But if he golfs, at least he's walking the course unless he's taking like 5 miles.
Yeah. If you walk the course, it's a great workout.
Yeah, and swinging and stuff. Cromwell, as you know, Tyler.
Yes.
And my fucking shoulder, I cannot.
Yeah. He's been doing this a while, though.
Kirk's been doing this while. He just had me do some supersets. It's when you just do nonstop lifting of the shoulders and whatever you're doing. Mm-hmm. And now my left shoulder feels like I threw like 400 pitches.
Okay. Not good.
It's killing me, dude. Oh, my God. Like, good thing that I'm not a lefty because I'm starting a basketball league on Sunday, and I wouldn't be able to shoot lefty.
Yeah.
But I can get the right one up. It's still sore.
True.
I don't think I'm lifting tomorrow.
Well, that's always everyone's concern when they want to go. When everyone says they need to put on more weight or they need to put on more muscle, is that when they put on more weight and put on more muscle, that their shot's going to change. You know, that was. I remember a few people during high school were like concerned. Like Goose was concerned that if he put on more muscle, his shot was going to be, off in some way. But I don't think that's true. But I know the feeling of what you're saying. I mean, I'm the farthest thing from, like a gym rat or anyone or anything. I don't know much about the gym at all, really. I'm just brand new myself going. But I remember the first time I did arms, like I did the first set of I did a machine. I just did like some the butterfly machine. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where you do those?
Yeah.
I did that one set of those, and my arms were like shaking because like I hadn't done it in so long, and my body was like, and like by the end of the workout, I couldn't even feel my arms. So it's not fun, but I guess what they say is hard work pays off, right? That's what they say.
Absolutely.
So I don't know.
A little bit.
Yeah. But I'm sure Donald, if the doctor says he's in perfect health, I tend to believe.
Fuck it.
Whatever. Sure. Is there any point in even arguing about that? No. Because in the end of the day,
Trump's been tweeting while this podcast has been going on.
Oh yeah, is he said anything? You know what? You know what's happening with him right now is they're saying the stripper that he had a year-long affair with is about to release an interview.
Interesting.
So we might hear from Donald's mistress soon.
It says his tweet here, and the fake news winners are, and there's a article that I have to open in Safari.
Oh, boy. Okay.
And let's see, he also said that despite some very corrupt and dishonest media coverage, there are many great reporters I respect and lots of good news for the American people to be proud of. Then he said something about ISIS. Looks like ISIS is in retreat. Our economy is booming. Investments and jobs are pouring back into the country, and so much more. Together, there is nothing we can't overcome, even a very biased media. We are making America great again.
That's Trump to the pet. Yeah. That's Trump to the.
The Dow is up, right, man?
The Dow is up, and you know what? You can't.
No, I can't load Trump's bootleg article. It's not working.
I'm pretty sure the fake news number one will be
no
who?
Service.
Number one will be. There we go. No. Yeah, you know what? There's probably so many people on that site that they can't even get it. My prediction, you know what? Since we can't get it to go up, my predictions for the
fake news
most fakest news, if that's like an award, like the worst fake news, he's going to give it to CNN, like 100%.
Yeah.
CNN's probably going to sweep these awards. I'd be shocked if I could see like ABC News getting one. The guy who said that Trump was about to get arrested from the Comey investigation, like once they arrested Paul Manafort that time, he's going to get one. And, you know how Trump is. I'm surprised he actually took the time to go about and do this, but hey. What else do you have to do when you're the president of the United States?
Yeah, not much, apparently.
Right? Not too much.
So...
whatever, good for him.
He's
in shape. I would like to see his mental. They keep saying that he took a mental test too. You should. I would like to see that. I would.
I would too. I'd also like to see the tax returns.
Lest we forget, we have not seen the tax returns.
Yeah, well, maybe this year.
Maybe this year,
right?
If he's cleaned everything up, maybe he finally releases them now.
Yeah.
Like, look, these are good. 2017.
That's president.
When you're president, when you're earning $200,000 technically or whatever the salary is. But whatever, good for Donald. when it comes to him, right, just being like so ridiculous, he wants to go back to the golden age of America and all that good stuff. Would you argue that for the NBA right now, we're kind of trending back towards like the golden age where everyone had like a little problem with each other? Because like every day it seems like there's another fight in the NBA.
Yeah, we're getting chippy out here. I mean, most recently, Aaron Aflalo of the Orlando Magic was swinging at, I don't even know how to say this foreign
the foreign
name.
guy, Bajelka or Beji. They kept calling him Beji when I kept watching the thing. Like that was like his nickname.
Yeah.
Aflalo swung.
Something wild.
Aflalo swung. This guy put him in a headlock.
Yeah, just completely missed.
Completely missed. But you know, it's that there was that situation, and then Rockets and Clips, where apparently there was like some after. I read right before you came over actually that Woj put out a couple tweets saying that Ariza got suspended, Tariq Black got suspended, and someone else. They're the ones, and it was actually CP3 and Harden playing Peacekeeper. Oh. That's a new report coming out.
Yeah, originally fake news, I guess, that they had all snuck into
the secret background entrance.
Yeah, and apparently CP3 was like leading that charge because he's been in that arena before.
And I still believe that. I think they're trying to save face now.
Okay.
And try and make everything look like there's not a lot of tension going on. A lot of tension in this league. You know what else happened was Ben Simmons and Kyle Lowry had a little sparring match. He said, I'll meet you outside.
Yeah.
I'll meet you outside.
How about that?
How about that? Yeah. It's a very interesting time because a lot of guys I think a lot of people are finally like quitting with the charade that they're all buddies. Like for a while, everyone was under the charade that everyone was friends, right? LeBron, everyone's friends with LeBron.
Fake friends.
Melo, CP3, they're all boys. Everyone's friends with each other. Everyone likes to be with, friendly and courteous and respectful. I think we're finally getting to the point where teams are starting to dislike each other again. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I hope they hate each other.
A lot of shade getting thrown around.
I hate KD.
Yeah, I hate KD with all my heart, really.
Yeah,
I hate the guy.
Hate him.
So I would love nothing more than for everyone to start turning on him. I think people have been. But
good.
Good. Yeah.
Love that.
I don't even think really the players like him. It's just that they know that they got him into the situation he's in, and they feel compelled to like carry it out. And they know that once he's on the court, I'll admit, fantastic player, one of the top 2 or 3 players in the league right now.
Yeah, we get it.
But yeah, still no respect in terms of off the court.
He ruined the league. We've said it a couple times on the pod before. He ruined it. He did. I guess kudos to the management in Golden State for bringing him in. Doesn't matter. Still hate him. Still doesn't. Yeah. He didn't have to accept.
No.
He didn't have to.
No.
He's taking way less money. It's just, what a fucking loser.
You know what he keeps saying is that he's going to take less money so that they could sign back Clay and Draymond, because everyone's saying they can only sign one or the other.
He'll just keep taking less. He doesn't need more money. Anyway, who cares? What's the difference?
I agree, but just the principle of things, it's almost sad that he does this. Like, he's willing to give up money like that.
He's literally trolling the fucking league. He's a fucking asshole.
Right. It's sad. And unfortunately, it's made the league non-competitive.
I don't get how anyone likes him. I don't get it.
No. Well, you know what? We know one team that doesn't like him, and that's that's the Thunder. Westbrook, don't care what you say. He does not like KD still.
Nope.
They try to make it sound like they're boys again. They're not. They hate each other. Or at least Russ hates KD, and KD just kind of doesn't want to fight back because he's a little wimp.
Yep.
He's scared, doesn't want to talk bad about Russ to his face.
Yeah.
Simple.
I made a friendly wager with Dan Loico, a friend of ours. It was, I have the field, he has the Warriors.
Okay.
$100.
Interesting.
Friendly wager.
I would love nothing more for anyone but the Warriors to win the championship.
Wait, what?
I'd say I would love for anyone but the Warriors to win the championship. I'd love for anyone but the Warriors.
I must have misheard you there.
No, you did. Because the only other it would be the Warriors would be the one team I don't want to see win. A distant 2 would be the Celtics. Everyone else I don't care. But those my hate for the Warriors cannot be surpassed by the Celtics yet.
Oh my God!
Yet.
Even though you were a fan back in the Paul Pierce days, man.
I was yeah. I've never been very loyal to my teams.
Oh, so you're kind of like KD.
Nah.
You're fan version KD, Mayer. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that because I do hold my loyalties to all my other teams. But I've always been a big UConn guy, so the NBA is secondary. Until I witnessed greatness, which was LeBron, then I finally took a rooting interest, and it's his team or whoever Kembazon or whoever my boys are on.
Yeah.
Because I rooted for the Grizz for a while. I rooted for the Celts for a little bit when Ray was on the team. Hawks, no, I never rooted.
Atlanta?
Never rooted for them. I root against the Nets now. Big Nets hater.
Good.
I'm hoping they keep losing 2 more games, and it's a top 3 pick again.
Used to be a hater of the Nets, yeah.
Yep. So it's interesting. When it comes to, I'll just say this: I don't hate the Celtics yet, but
Okay.
it's
coming when
it's coming quickly.
It's
coming very
especially
quickly.
if they can pull off some moves, maybe get AD long shot.
If they get AD, or I told someone else, if they get Trae Young, I'm done with the league. Done. I don't want to watch them get Trae Young.
It all comes down to the ping pong balls. Like we were talking about the Celtics. Like
that's true.
If they get the Lakers pick and Lakers end up being bottom 5, that ping pong ball could go 1.
It could go 1.
It could go to 1. You don't know.
It could go 1. The one thing I got to say just about Danny Ainge, his whole he had like a great 2 months where he got those 2 trades to go down. But it just like makes me sad to see Fultz be so bad because all of the Celtics fans are just so pumped about it. It's like the best thing in the world that Fultz is bad. Like, oh, they traded out of Fultz. I know, but you shouldn't be. The guy, what happened to him? How can he not shoot the basketball?
His shoulder's fucked up.
It's fucked up, but it's just like, what did the Celtics fans just hexed him so much?
I feel like he'll be back and he'll be fine.
He'll be fine
in the future. It's
I
just,
think so too.
Shoulder's not. It's important. You got to be able to lift your arm up to play basketball.
Right. Well, that's the thing with Tariq Gilbert. They're saying is that once he gets his surgery done by James Andrews, he's not going to be able to lift his elbow, I think, to a certain point, or lift his shoulder up to a certain point. Damn. So he might have to rework his shot a little bit.
Yeah. You never know.
Which is the last thing we need.
Right. So, Mayer, talking a little bit about, NBA, I mean, at the end of the day, we want to see Cavs Warriors, though. We want to see Cavs Rockets. Mm-hmm. We don't want to end up watching come June, Wizards or Raptors against I don't even know, like the Timberwolves.
No.
You don't want to see Raptors Timberwolves. No. And
I just don't see any scenario where that matchup ever happens.
Right, but it could.
It
could. Hypothetically speaking, there's a small percent chance. It's not exactly 0.
I'm not a big Raptors guy. I don't think that they really have anything that really, makes me think they have any chance at the championship.
No, me
I do
either.
like DeRozan. I like when people bring up that DeRozan's numbers this year are very much similar to Kobe Bryant's numbers during his MVP year. Because I like to hear some Kobe fan reactions to that. Because it kind of pokes some holes into him being one of the best of all time and all that, and being better than LeBron and all that stuff. Because DeRozan,
not better than LeBron,
putting up the same numbers as Kobe did. I'm just saying. But I agree.
True.
I mean, we want Cavs Cavs Warriors. Or Cavs, Rockets.
I mean,
or
maybe if the Spurs get healthy and Kawhi's playing.
Yeah.
Or the Celtics, because the Celtics could compete. Like I said, statistically match up well with the Warriors.
Yeah, I guess I could watch that.
It can only be the Celtics or Cavs. There's no way the other teams get in. And if they did, it'd be a disgrace. Where I was going with this, Mayer, is do we want to see the Jacksonville Jaguars against the fucking Eagles? No, we don't. People were complaining, talking about refs. Oh, blah, 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 Patriots. Yeah, the better teams, better players get calls. That's a fucking way of life, people. You gotta get with the program. LeBron James drives to the hoop. It's questionable. He's getting the call. You know, some rookie in the league drives to the hoop. You're probably not getting the call.
True. Agreed.
Like on the Celtics, they have like if freaking whatever his name is, Semi Ojeley's driving to the hoop and it's questionable, he's not getting the call.
No.
LeBron, the good players get the call. The good teams get the calls. That's the way it goes. And do you really want, like I said, to see the Jags in the fucking Super Bowl against Nick Foles? That would be horrendous.
It would be
horrendous. People wanted to see Breeze versus Brady. That's what everyone wants. That's what people want to see. So people complaining about refs with the Patriots game, it's like, dude, first of all, The false start that was overturned, I get it. You're not supposed to overturn calls. The guy was in the fucking neutral zone. He was clearly in the... And you're allowed to lift that fucking head up. Like, the special teams coach, I don't know who it is on the Patriots, is, like, complaining. You can see him mouthing in the camera, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. When they tried calling a false start. And then it...
Yeah.
I mean, I won't say that the refs decides games, but they can change. Can swing things greatly, because it can be huge swings, like I said.
Yeah, especially with football, the
even
swings
those
are
small
huge.
plays, even those small plays like offensive beyond decker, I get it. I mean, that's ticky tack, but at the end of the day, you can call those on almost. You can call those when you feel like it, when you really want to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the thing is, with that Titans-Patriots game, we got that first touchdown to put up the Titans 7-0. Everyone had their fun. Everyone had their little jokes about the Pats, and the Pats steamrolled them.
Yeah,
I mean, if anyone thought that the refs would play any part of that, then they're just trying to be a little ignorant, in my opinion.
Right. I mean, I don't care, whatever. Give them another touchdown. It really doesn't matter. Even if the Patriots, they end up winning that game by 3, they're still going to win that game. I mean, their best offensive lineman, Conklin, got hurt.
Yeah.
Did the refs have 8 sacks, which is the most the Patriots ever had? Like, no. Like,
right.
It's not the case. I mean, Brady still threw for how many ever yards he did. 337, I think, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Pretty simple. And
simple.
They were just outmatched, offensively and defensively. It really just didn't matter.
It did.
The play design, great follow, Mayor. Do you follow Dan Orlovsky?
I do.
He's a hell of a
great.
follow. I love how he breaks down some of the plays. Like that screen to Dion. Oh, I could watch that all day. Mr. Orlovsky broke it down perfectly.
Oh yeah. See, I want Dan O in the UConn coaching staff somewhere. Like, put him in there. He'd have to be an asset to the team. Yeah. But, yeah, great Twitter. If you don't follow him, make sure you give that follow.
He broke the play down perfectly.
He breaks the play down for you. Like, I've always thought that,
Showing how, like, the linebackers got to respect the run.
Right.
Then you got your guy who's got to follow Gronk.
Yeah.
Then they fake the run, fake the end around, dump it back to Dion. He goes for 30. Simple.
Yeah. That was a beautiful
3
play.
guys blocking 1. You're going to win most of the time. Simple as that.
Very true. No, yeah, that was a great play. I mean, the Pats look great. Are you concerned? There were some reports today Brady's hand got ran into by a player.
I saw that. No, not concerned about the hand.
Okay.
It should be a great game on Sunday. I noticed that the line opened around 9.5. It's going down. People are loving the Jags. I mean, I love the Jags in this one.
Yeah.
I can't lie. I know it's the Patriots, but they're a good matchup. They match up well. I mean, obviously the Steelers would be a tough matchup as well because offensively they're just unbelievable with Bell, Schuster, AB, Martavis kind of coming along as we saw in the last game.
He did. He looked good.
They're good. Their defense is just putrid.
It is.
And we already beat them. I mean, on the road. Pats beat them.
True.
On the road. So, I mean, they know what they were getting, but they were definitely going to be fired up for this rematch after they felt, I guess as people have been saying, bulletin board material.
Yeah.
That catch, they thought they won. I mean, tough break. They really wanted a second shot at the Pats. But I don't respect the Steelers for talking all that shit before the game. Le'Veon talking around twos, Mike Mitchell talking shit before the game. Like, dude, you're Mike Mitchell. Like, you're not really anyone's ever heard of. Like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Tomlin, weeks back, talking about it's going to come down to us. It's crazy. Like, no one on the Patriots ever do that.
No.
Dude, the Patriots talk shit after they win. They get the 283 diamonds in the ring after they win. Like, that's what they do. They don't do it before. Like, I don't know. I don't get it. That's just me, though.
No, you're right.
You don't
I
feel
agree.
the fire, Mayor. You just don't do it.
Well, no, the Steelers, they were looking forward to the Patriots game so much. You can't even tell me that they didn't overlook the Jags just a little bit.
They did. I mean, they completely did.
And and the thing is, Belichick and the Pats don't do any of that. That's why when they have the interviews with Belichick and they ask him some stupid question, he just goes, "We're on to what was the big one? We're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati."
I keep playing in my head, like, how do the Patriots lose? Like, how did the Jaguars end up beating them? And the thing I think the Jaguars would have to do is get up very early. They'd have to get up early like the Tennessee Titans did, and then, like, get a stop. I think they had to get up like 10. They want to get up like 10-0 or 14-3 or something like that. Like, not just 7-0. They really have to set that precedent and, like, maybe give Bortles, like, make him comfortable. Because if Bortles isn't comfortable, like, I mean, even though the Steelers got down and their defense is trash, I guess, you can make the case, like, it's not over. But you can't feel comfortable. You don't want to get down like the Steelers did and, put yourself in that hole. The Patriots, for some reason, do that, though. I don't fucking get
do.
it. Like, it's like when I used to bet back in the day, like, it's like, okay, this team is -5. Can we just win by 30?
Yeah.
You know, can we just get a blowout tonight so I don't have to stress about this game? But the Patriots do it. They did it with 2 years in 15 with the I get my birds mixed up. I was gonna say Falcons. The Ravens. They're down 14-0 off the rip.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck is going on? You know? And then they're down against the Seahawks. Or no, they weren't down against the Seahawks but they got down and no, they were. They were down.
They were down.
They were down like 10 against everyone's saying the best defense in Seattle ever. And like it's like great. We're down like 14 or 10, whatever it is, against this defense. Like there's no way. And then they get down 28-3. It's like, why the hell can we not be up that much? I guess the last time the Patriots were up big in an AFC Championship game against the Colts in 2006, I believe, they did end up blowing like a 23-6 lead. Yeah. Something like that. And then
I was going to say, I think
people never mention this, though, how Peyton went up against Rex Grossman in 2006 to win one of his Super Bowls. Mm-hmm. People don't talk about Peyton winning that one.
True.
You know, Rex Grossman, and then he beat Cam Newton on the back of his defense. No one ever talks about that. Everyone's always saying Brady's a dink and dunk. I looked up his stats, 7.5 yards per attempt. Joe Montana, 7.5.
Okay.
Terry Bradshaw, 7.2. Terry Bradshaw was on Colin Cowherd's show chirping him about how he just dinks it, dunks it, whatever. Doesn't have like the receivers. They just run these quick plays.
Yeah.
Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, he's averaging 7.5 yards attempt, same as Montana. And I was reading a good article saying Montana never played. Well, he played good teams, but never faced good quarterbacks.
Okay.
But we're too young to know this type of stuff. We'd have to do more research.
Well,
I just think it's funny.
It's funny you bring this up because when I was at Wow Fitness last week.
I was hoping you were going to go this way.
I was talking with someone there who brought up that Joe Montana was a better quarterback than Tom Brady all time.
Right.
And he kept saying, well, you guys wouldn't know because you didn't watch him.
Right.
And
right.
He's technically right. I wouldn't be able to make like any comparison between the two.
I know what I need to do, Mayor? I need to go back and just watch a Montana Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I want to judge the other teams.
Yeah, you know what though? It's not
a different game.
It's easier. First off, it's a different game, and two, it's easier said than done. You know, like where do you watch all the? You have to like buy each DVD. They should make like an NFL Netflix. You can watch any game.
Yo, that is brilliant, dude.
Any game
like you could
want.
watch the Patriots 1987 season.
Yeah,
you can just watch the games. Yo, that is a brilliant idea.
I understand.
Why haven't we come out with
you know what? I think one of the big things that's holding it up is like the TV deals. Okay. But don't they own all technical rights or whatever? Like something technical, they own the rights.
That's a great question.
I just don't understand why.
I would love that.
I would like that too.
I would go back. First of all, I'd watch Joe Montana and his Super Bowl runs, all 4 of his, for his better seasons, and I'd watch Michael Jordan.
Yep.
And his seasons, some big games, you know.
Oh yeah,
that he played in.
I would love to get like an NBA vault or something where we can watch all the NBA.
That's
games.
Brilliant.
That'd be great. I don't know why that's not a thing yet. I don't know.
That's kind of crazy. That will happen, and we thought of it today on the Hot Snowball podcast.
Heard it here first.
Someone else will get credit for it. It's probably already been thought of, I'm sure, but we're bringing it to fruition.
I'm sure it's easier said than done, but it just feels so obvious to me. Feels like an obvious win. It feels like an obvious moneymaker.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Especially with how streaming's going now. Like, how do you not at least think about that? I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, so we have that game, Jags and Pats. I was going to say throughout all the games last week when I was watching, there was no one team. I went through each team, literally, and I said, would I like this team to win the Super Bowl? The only team I really wanted to see win was the Saints because of Kamara. Yeah. I don't like the Eagles. I don't like...
You like the Falcons?
I like the Falcons, but this was after they lost, I should say. This was on Sunday.
So you're talking Final Four here.
Yeah. Patriots,
You always
Jags,
have a Patriot guy on your fantasy roster, Mary. You should be pulling for them.
I'll root for Gronk. Last year I was rooting for them a little bit, but I am a Falcons guy at the same time, so I was a little conflicted.
What if it's Patriots Vikings? Tell me your team me over Team Braun. Come on, be honest, Mary. But the thing is that you can be honest because the Vikings, if I were on the outside looking in like you, I'd probably want the Vikings. They've never been there.
Yeah.
Good story.
See, I don't think that way. I think in terms of how much heartbreak can James take. And he got his moment with Stephon Diggs.
I think he's had his moment as well.
I don't want them to win. I really don't. They were like the second lowest on the list of teams I wanted to see win. Yeah. Behind, I don't know why, but I've never been like the biggest Eagles fan. Like, there's just something about them.
Something about Philly?
Maybe it's about the fans that I just never really liked.
The Philly fans hate Santa Claus.
But I think they do. They do. They do.
So that could
be
has something
it.
to do
I'm a
with
big
it.
Christmas guy. That could be it. But I think maybe the team I want to see win, and I don't expect them to win on, I think it is Sunday, but I do want to see the Jags because Blake Bortles, I don't know about his game, but I respect him just in general.
The boat versus the goat?
The boat versus the goat. He did an interview recently. They said, Blake, what would you do if you weren't playing football? You'd be working construction and just ripping cigs. Like,
love that. You gotta love Bortles for that.
He's a funny guy.
If the Pats do lose, I'll definitely be pro Jags.
Yeah.
I mean, again with like talking shit before the game, Ramsey hyping up saying they're gonna win the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't really read too much in that or like care.
You won't
for
see
it.
the Pats do that.
No, but I don't even like think that was as bad as like whatever.
Yeah.
The Steelers were saying, like, completely looking past. I mean, they're in a way looking past, but, I mean, everyone wants to win the Super Bowl. Maybe they're just not saying it. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't have as much problem with that as I do the Steelers. I like Ramsey's young stud. So, I mean, I think whoever wins this game between the Pats and the Jaguars will win the Super Bowl. So I'll take the AFC in this one, even though I know that the Jags would be underdogs to both teams, even though Eagles would probably be like a point or two, and then the Vikings would be like 3.5-ish, somewhere in there.
Okay.
I still think the Jags would beat them, just purely on defense.
Okay. Yeah. I was going to say, do you want to maybe give is there any of these two games, if you had to do for our locks of the week?
Wow.
Would you pick any of these with the spread?
I like the Eagles. I like the Eagles. I hope they win. Going a little bit with my heart there, but they're getting 3 at home.
Yeah.
I mean, and they're definitely a team that has that bulletin board material, just like the Patriots. I think both those teams do, even more than like the Jags and the Vikings do. Both teams being on the road, I like the home team. I can't see. Well, I can see Minnesota going in there and winning, but I can't see Philadelphia's defense being pretty fired up. I didn't think Foles played the greatest game last week, but at the same time, he didn't do terrible. He did enough. If you're not good, if you're not a Brady or a Breeze or a Rodgers, a big name guy, if you're a Bortles or a Keenum or a Foles, your one job is to just limit mistakes of your own and of your offense in total. You're almost like a game manager, So Foles definitely did not he made enough good plays, avoided mistakes enough that he was able to, beat the Falcons, who Steve Sarkisian, I don't know what he's doing. He's going to get fired. Why?
His play calls are just terrible. I mean, I felt like throughout the year people were complaining about him, right? Julio, once again, doesn't get any red zone looks. I don't understand the point of that. He had one
catch in the red zone.
He had one
touchdown in the red zone.
One touchdown in the red zone, I think. It's like, where are you?
Oof.
Why aren't you throwing to your best player? I don't understand.
Doesn't make sense.
But I think he might be gone. That's my little suspicion. And teams aren't afraid of doing this. Todd Haley's gone. I think that's because he's an alcoholic, though, and he was getting boozy in Pittsburgh bars before the playoffs. Not smart.
No, not the best move.
So when it comes down to it, I think he does have to go. I think Sarkisian does have to kind of get the boot there.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree.
But I'm looking forward to the games. I mean,
it's going to be fun.
It's strange that we only have like so little football left. I
know it's crazy.
Because I was looking. Yeah, it does. I was looking so much to like the playoffs and the bowl games, and they're gone.
Yeah,
it's like
if the Patriots lose on Sunday, I'm going to be just depressed beyond belief. It's going to be a long 2 weeks. Like, at least if they lose in the Super Bowl, which is less than ideal, at least it's like the season's over, though. Like, it's over.
Right,
it's heartbreaking, but at least the season would be over.
Okay.
Very
true.
I can't go. Like, I have to go as little as time as possible, between watching Patriot games.
Yeah.
Like, I can't imagine my team not being in the playoffs. Like, I guess it's just because you expect it at this point, being a Patriot fan, but what with teams like the Huskies, like I know they're probably not, like the expectation's not there. I'm not getting my hopes up for that, but the hopes are high, Mayor. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah,
I want Brady to get 6.
So.
I want him to get 6 so bad. I want him to tie Jordan. And then the thing is, next year, if they have a better chance of winning the Super Bowl next year than this year.
Why do you say that? Because
they're going to bring back Hightower and Edelman.
Oh, okay.
They're missing Jules, man.
They are missing Jules.
If they had Jules, there would be no doubt in my mind they would win. But I'm still a little skeptical just because I don't love our receivers. Like everyone, I was very much on the Brandon Cooks train, But it turns out he's not as well. He had a good season.
He's not exactly what you're looking for.
He wasn't exactly what I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be a little more explosive.
Right.
A little bit more. I like Hogan a lot still, don't get me wrong. I mean, we didn't have Malcolm Mitchell this year. That was kind of killer. He was huge last year down the stretch.
Yeah,
he was a low-key underrated player.
Yeah. I totally forgot about him, actually, and then it popped up on one of the fantasy apps I use for news.
Yeah.
It said Malcolm Mitchell might not be activated this year or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I totally forgot that he even played last year. He was actually a big part of the team.
He was good.
I picked him up, I remember, in fantasy.
I
had him.
Man. He was good.
Yeah, I agree.
And Hightower's big on the defense. Like
Hightower.
Everyone loses players, obviously. Like the Jags have lost Allen Robinson. Like they could have their best receiver. So I mean, it is what it is. Everyone's kind of hurt. I mean, the Steelers lost Shazier, obviously on their defense, which is terrible.
Yeah.
So I mean,
hopefully he's okay.
Everyone loses people. I mean, just look at the Vikings. They don't even have they're on Case Keenum's their third stringer, and then they're on the backup running backs. Which
True.
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but imagine if you did have Bradford playing. Like,
well, I was reading that their defense, I think, is technically like
and
one
now
of the
Sendejo's concussed. I mean,
Sendejo is concussed. But they said that team, I think, is like the luckiest team in terms of non-injuries to like their defense this year. Yeah, not a lot of injuries went down. My boy Shamar Stephen from UConn did go down. I don't know how he is. I'm pretty sure he's not going to play this week.
Yeah.
But you know what? This weekend I'm going to just be like a very neutral viewer. I'm just gonna watch I'm just gonna enjoy the football, I think.
Yeah. Hopefully there's not any controversy. I'm sure there will be. There's always one play.
I highly doubt there won't be. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Anything else you got on tap for us today, Mayor?
I don't think so. I just wanted to make sure everyone knew, if you're in the book club, we got about a month, half the month left. Mm-hmm. It's the 17th.
I'm slacking. I'm only like 120.
I'm slacking too. I got to start
However, I can bang out 50 pages in a weekend or 200.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
Not worried about it.
If I get in the zone, I'll read the book in one sitting even.
Yeah.
But, I need
sleep on it.
I won't sleep on it. So make sure, we're coming up soon on that. Make sure you give us the 5 stars on iTunes.
Yep.
We got a 1-star review, Kev. We have a 1-star.
Yeah, less than ideal.
11 5-stars and 1 1-star review.
That hurts.
I'm a little hurt. But I think really what to think about it is we have to learn to accept the hatred.
Yeah. True.
We just got to block out the haters.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, but make sure you give us that 5-star or 4-star, whatever. I'm pretty sure any ratings in general help us get up higher up in the ratings.
Push us up.
Push us to the moon.
Let's go.
So that's it. Make sure you subscribe too, because that also helps. So you get them every day. We'll be back on hopefully Friday. Maybe
questionable Friday.
Yeah, we might be missing. We might be doing another.
Sometimes it's
going
to be one pot a week, unless we start getting paid for this shit. I'm not getting paid to do this shit. It's in my free time.
Right.
And sometimes I'm not feeling good and I'm tired from the gym, so I'm not going to do a podcast. It's just how it is.
It is how it is. And you know what?
Maybe, and plus, there's not a lot of stuff happening.
There's not, especially when football's over.
We might have to go to one a week.
We might have to.
Just Wednesday, middle of the week, maybe.
Yeah.
That midweek pod.
Yeah, I think
or Tuesday, have it go out.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We do have, if you didn't know, I got in contact. I told you guys already with Blue Microphone. They want me to send in my mic.
About time.
Finally, it's happening. So we're going to have 2 mics. It's going to sound great. But yeah, I think that's fair because really once football's done, it's going to be a limited things to talk about until baseball, at least.
Yeah.
Baseball's starting up soon.
And I already have a feeling the Yankees are going to just win that. So.
Yeah, me too.
For another day, though, man.
Me too. Yeah, you know what? We're going to have to do that thing. I'm telling you. I want to go to a Yankee game. We're going to find the worst matchup, pitching matchup. I want them to face, I don't even know.
Henry Owens.
I want them to face Henry Owens. Or,
he's even on the Sox.
Who's that guy that sometimes pitches for the Sox? Like Ronius Elias or Elias?
I don't know.
Elias? There's like a couple guys that they bring up that I'm just like, no.
Matt Barnes.
No. Matt Barnes, spot start. Stephen Wright, and it's raining out type of thing, or it's like humid out.
It's humid, he can't get good
Stephen
grip on
Wright,
the ball.
humid. There might be 7 home runs between Stanton, Judge, and Sanchez.
Sadly, the game that I went to in September, Sale pitched, and Judge, Headley, Didi all went deep.
That's
and it was sale. So maybe we could just go to a game, and if we go, we just mush it.
Yeah, mush it. You know what? I want to
mush it for the money.
I want to stack on the duel. I'm okay with watching the Sox lose if it means, us finally winning that big day.
A couple thousand.
So I think that's it. Anything else you want to add?
The Vikings got very lucky this weekend. I think we all know that was the luckiest play in fucking sports history, and that happens once every fucking 10,000 times. So feel bad for the kid who missed tackle, but he's staying strong, it looks like. I understand what he was doing. He could have gotten called for PI if he hit him too soon. They would have thrown the flag in me. The fix would have been in, and then Forbath would have fucking kicked it right down the dick. So people are hating on for missing like a tackle, messing up. I mean, I could see what happened. It was a tough thing. And he probably thought he maybe had some help, like coming from the side. Like if he misses, maybe someone comes over. But he ended up, unfortunately, tripping his own guy who maybe could have chased down Diggs. But regardless, Vikings lucky as fuck. They don't deserve to win the Super Bowl, especially having the home field advantage that they do, being in their home, stadium. But it was lucky, complete bullshit. That's sports, though. Like I say, man, it's better to be lucky than good. It's just how it goes. Better to be lucky than good.
Very true.
That's why you play one game. That's why they have the tournaments and whatnot. It doesn't matter what you do in the regular season. It comes down to that one game.
Very true.
Even though, if that's how the game ends 100 times and they win 99, the Saints, that was the one time. Just how it goes. Fucking sports. Fuck it. Whatever. Fuck the Vikings. You're not going to have your day, Bron. It's not this year. And I'll leave it at that. Mayor, get us with some outro fucking fire music here. I'm done.
Every track get a fat boost. That shit go for my trap deuce. I got hits on my Mac. Ooh, got a hit on my lap. Ooh, take a look at your body. I was tryna make that move. You niggas be watching my step. I'm stepping on niggas in tap shoes. Every track get a fat boost. That shit go for my trap deuce. I got hits on my Mac. Ooh, got a hit on my lap. Ooh, take a look at your body. I was tryna make that move. You niggas be watching my step. I'm stepping on niggas in tap shoes. And I'm in attack mood. Defending my G's.